magazine most neighbors get, but until recently there's been this youth classified section, but a creepy call has forced the village to change that. Bay Leaves magazine used to have a place for teens in Whitefish Bay to post about their services like dog walking and babysitting. The ad included a name, age, and phone number. Village trustee Jay Saunders understands why the magazine stopped running the youth classified section after reports of creepy calls.
I think that was probably the best move. It's unfortunate.
A mom whose daughter posted an ad in the magazine contacted police when she got unsettling phone calls from an unknown man using a blocked phone number. Police say 7 girls between 12 and 16 got similar calls after the January issue ran. 3 actually talked to the man. A 16-year-old says it was clear the conversation was of a sexual nature. Saunders says you don't expect something like this to happen around here.
Whitefish Bay is a very trusting community, and it makes me wonder a little bit if that's why this person targeted Whitefish Bay.
Police posted fake ads in the youth classifieds in February, but there were no more strange calls. Police didn't catch the creepy caller, but say there is no longer a threat. Police say the caller never asked for addresses or to meet the girls. They say no other communities had reports of strange calls. Reporting live from Whitefish Bay, Corrine Zell, today's TMJ4.
Still upsetting. Thank you, Corrine.
New at 10, police chases hit a 15-year high in Milwaukee. 306 were recorded last year, the most since 2002. Now, those pursued are dramatically younger, according to the Fire and Police Commission report. In 2003, the median age of those chased was 40 years old. In 2016, it dropped to 18 years old.
Surveillance video shows the moments before a 15-year-old boy was struck by a vehicle this morning on the city's north side. The driver didn't stop. The boy was walking to school near Teutonia and Fairmount. Neighbors say it's a dangerous intersection.
I'm just sad to hear about it, though, but it don't surprise me because they just speed all the time. It can happen anywhere to anybody trying to cross the street.
The boy was taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
New video shows a Milwaukee public school aide hitting a student in the face. The aide is now facing battery charges. But as Rebecca Clough explains, the mother is showing this video because she does not believe that aide will go to jail.
Cell phone video captures what happened in a MPS special needs classroom when a student with Down syndrome was hit in the head.
Now get down on the front. Get down.
Just outraged.
That's how Delmonica Young felt when she first saw the video of her son, Peter, back in January. Now she's frustrated.
I shouldn't have to explain to someone that this is wrong, what she's done. And it seems like I'm having to go and spell it out.
Peter was in a special needs classroom at James Madison Academic Center because he functions at the level of an 8-year-old. Corvinny Duckworth's son, who has autism, took the video, then showed it to his mom. She gave it to the school, and that's when the aide, Mary Brown, was arrested for battery and disorderly conduct. Brown is set to take a plea Friday that could leave her with a clear record. The moms worry that means the aide will be back working with students.
My son is higher functioning and he was able to record this video. Some other child might not be able to. So right now he was the voice and now I'm the voice and she's the voice for everyone else.
I don't want her to be able to work with any children ever again. That's all I want. That's it.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Rebecca Clough, today's TMJ4.
Now, MPS says Brown is on unpaid leave pending the results of criminal charges. She is not at any MPS school or facility.
New at 10, the first comments from now former FBI Director James Comey about his firing.
In a farewell letter to FBI agents, Comey said, quote, "I have long believed that a president can fire an FBI director for any reason or for no reason at all. I'm not going to spend time on the decision or the way it was executed. I hope you won't either. It is done and I will be fine."
The unexpected ouster came yesterday as the FBI investigates possible ties between Russia and the Trump campaign. Sources on Capitol Hill tell NBC News Comey asked for more money and manpower for his investigation just days before his firing. The Department of Justice says that didn't happen. President Trump today said Comey was fired for poor performance.
Because he wasn't doing a good job, very simply. He was not doing a good job.
President Trump today offering fuel for critics of his decision, the president meeting in the Oval Office with Russia's foreign minister and Henry Kissinger, of course, Secretary of State under President Nixon.
And you can watch the president's first one-on-one interview since the decision to fire Comey tomorrow on the Nightly News with Lester Holt. That's at 5:30 right here on today's TMJ4. The investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election is ramping up in Washington. The Senate Intelligence Committee has invited Comey to testify next week on the Russian probe. No word yet if he's accepted the invitation to speak at the classified section. The same Senate committee is also demanding documents from former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn regarding his interactions with Russian officials.
Democrats are now calling for a special prosecutor to investigate ties between President Trump's associates and Russia.
It is his first comments about Comey's firing. House Speaker Paul Ryan says he is against appointing a special prosecutor.
I don't think that that's a good idea. I think the intelligence committees are the ones that should do this, because don't forget that the methods and sources of our intelligence gathering are also at play here, and we have to be very sensitive so that we don't compromise that information as well.
Now, one member of Wisconsin's Republican congressional delegation is questioning the Comey firing. Representative Mike Gallagher of Green Bay sent out a series of messages on Twitter saying he, quote, has serious concerns and unanswered questions about the timing of the decision, and, quote, Americans deserve a full, fair, and honest account of what happened. They deserve the confidence that their government is telling the truth.
Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark is among those being mentioned as a possible replacement to run the FBI. Clark avoided our cameras today, exiting through the back halls of the Wisconsin Center. While Clark wouldn't talk with us, he had this to say on the Fox Business Network.
I'm focused on what I'm doing right now. You know, it's an honor to be talked about and that sort of thing, but the only person whose opinion matters in this in terms of who the next director will be is President Donald Trump.
The Associated Press named Clark as a possible candidate, calling him a long shot and citing recent problems at the Milwaukee County Jail as a potential obstacle.
Still ahead on Live at 10, donating food to stamp out hunger.
That's not all. Coming up, the unlikely items joining the necessary foodstuffs in those blue bags on local front porches.
Plus, check your cheese, the new recall from one Wisconsin factory.
And next, a real powerhouse, the company taking orders for a new solar roof and how much it'll cost you.
The Tonight Show is next. Here's Jimmy Fallon with a preview.
He talks really fast.
Hey guys, Tina Fey is here tonight. She is singing some Bruno Mars with the Ragtime Gals. Plus, we have Alessandro Nivola, music from Dirty Projectors featuring Dawn. Do not change the channel. It's a good one today.
You're watching today's TMJ4 with George Mellet, Carol Meekins, Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brian Goddard, and Lance Allen, sports.
Automaker Tesla's newest model isn't an electric car. The company's begun taking orders for its solar roof. The shingles gather energy from the sun. Tesla says some roofs will cost more than $75,000, but will nonetheless pay for themselves.
We have a recall alert. Kiel-based Hennings Cheese is recalling Colby Jack cheese because of a malfunction with a machine used to pasteurize the product. So far, no illnesses have been reported. That cheese was shipped statewide in 1 and 2 pound blocks. You can return it to the store where you purchased it for a full refund.
A big deal for Brat fans. Johnsonville expanding its Sheboygan County headquarters. The company says the new $10 million addition will bring nearly 100 new jobs in the next 5 years.
Groundbreaking is set for this summer on a new IKEA store in Oak Creek. IKEA announced today a Chicago-based company is in charge of the building the store along I-94. It will be IKEA's first location in Wisconsin. Well, beers and bears at the Milwaukee County Zoo.
The zoo announcing today it's adding a beer garden, and they're calling it a bear garden. It's part of a $3 million renovation project and upgrades to concession stands paid for through a new partnership with the company Service Systems Associates.
Support the local economy, drink great local beer, and do so knowing you are giving back to Milwaukee County.
Abley also assured us bears will not actually be in the bear garden. It's all fun and games till the bears drink your beer. Expect it all to open up this fall.
Well, a big attraction rolling into the Wisconsin State Fair. It is called the Wonder Wheel, and it's a traveling Ferris wheel, 155 feet tall. Now, that's about the same size as the one in Navy Pier. That's the Ferris wheel in Chicago, so I'm sure many of you have seen it. Well, get outside and enjoy the Wisconsin State parks and forests for free. The DNR's Free Fun Days are set for June 3rd and 4th. Fishing is also at no cost that entire weekend.
Well, this Saturday is the 25th annual Stamp Out Hunger Day. It's an easy way to help feed the hungry here in southeast Wisconsin. Letter carriers, including Scott Van Derven, spend their working hours making sure your letters and packages get delivered in snow, rain, heat, and gloom of darkness. But this Saturday, they want to pick up more than packages and letters.
But I think it's a terrific thing. It's the biggest one-day food drive in the world.
It's the Stamp Out Hunger campaign, and it's easy to take part. Check your mailbox for the blue bag, put food in the bag, and then your letter carrier will pick it up. Simple as that. And it doesn't matter if you live in a house or an apartment.
In some of our larger apartment buildings, we actually put a bin to make it easy, but I will put one of our Postal Service white tubs with maybe a little a reminder card on it so you kind of know what it's for.
The food will be given to the Hunger Task Force.
Hunger Task Force has a bunch of volunteers that basically adopt post offices.
Those volunteers sort the food into trucks and they go right to the Hunger Task Force. But it isn't always food placed in those blue bags.
As far as strange things, I've gotten caviar in this area, which is very nice, and also lingerie. So what are you going to do?
But let's stick to the food. Last year, letter carriers collected 80 million pounds of food nationwide, and over the course of the 25-year campaign, they've collected 1.5 billion pounds. So let's keep those numbers up. Again, Stamp Out Hunger Day this Saturday. Simply leave a bag of food by your mailbox, and your letter carrier will pick it up.
Just make sure it's food and nothing else.
Point well made. Well, rain soaking southeast Wisconsin for much of the night.
27 years ago, it was a very different story.
Meteorologist Brian Gotter marking a weird Wisconsin weather anniversary. The picture gives it away, Brian.
Really? Snow blowers in May. Look at that. The heavy, wet snow, the tree branches down there. You see, there were 80% of the trees in Waukesha County that had some sort of tree damage. Power lines were obviously down. This was a heavy, heavy, wet snow, and you can see the blue line here indicating the heavier snow from Green Bay through Chilton, Fond du Lac. Anywhere you see in the blue was about 6 to 8 inches of snow from Fond du Lac to West Bend to parts of Waukesha and even parts of Racine County. Here in Milwaukee, officially 3.2 inches of snow. The good thing about May snow, it doesn't stick around. But tonight, no snow, just chilly rain. Man, that picture just did not look good. I love snow. Not in May. The heavy rain and even potentially some severe weather stayed to the south of us. We had this rain move in here just in time for the evening commute. Right now, pretty much tapering off to some sprinkles and some areas of drizzle around the area. The heaviest rain, and it's just a light rain now, from Wind Point to Racine down to Kenosha, back out towards Waterford and Burlington as well. So for this evening, right now temperature around 47 degrees, cloudy and drizzle with a light easterly wind. We won't cool down much between now and 7 a.m., but you'll see some sun when you wake up, and it'll be partly cloudy throughout the afternoon. Actually, a pretty decent day. 57 degrees here in Milwaukee, a little bit cooler along the lakefront, and 66 inland. Highs today weren't bad. We had a beautiful start to the day. It was 62 in Milwaukee, upper 60s inland. Bad data in Burlington. It wasn't 74 there, but it was just gorgeous with that sunshine. The clouds moved in after the noon hour, and the rain moved in just in time for that evening commute. Here's how it's setting up right now. 47 Milwaukee, 48 Waukesha, 52 in Whitewater and Watertown, also in Hustisford, Port Washington, checking in at 45 degrees with some drizzle. And Fond du Lac is at 55 degrees at this hour. So the Goddard gauge for tomorrow, we'll actually see some sunshine. I'm going to bump it up a little bit. I'm going to make it an average day. We'll give it a 7, partly cloudy, temperatures upper 50s in Milwaukee, mid 60s inland, a little bit cooler at the lake with that pesky northeast breeze. So the rain's getting out of here. We'll stay with the clouds and a little bit of sunshine in the morning, but as the day wears on, you'll see more sun. The computer model wants to put a light rain shower well inland. If that happens, it's like 10% chance of happening. But otherwise, we'll see more sunshine throughout the day. Highs will be in the 50s along the lakefront, mid to upper 60s in the inland area. So the rain is coming to an end for tonight. Temperature dropping down to around 46, 47 degrees. And then tomorrow, becoming partly cloudy, 57 Milwaukee, a few degrees cooler at the lakefront, and 66 inland. No snow, which is good news on the 7-day forecast. 58 degrees on Friday, 67 on Saturday, finally warming up for the weekend. Just a few showers on Saturday. Don't cancel any plans. 65 on Sunday, and we stay in the 60s Monday and Tuesday. And folks, that is a 70 on Wednesday. Our weather kid is 9-year-old Natalie. Has a light jacket on with comfortable temperatures in the afternoon.